Alright, it's gonna be back out on the garage day. Not working on anything in the garage. And not working on the Camaro. Be messing around on the PT today. She needs some new wheels. Like I said, these are flat. They're bald. There's a nail in there. A slight bend here. So this major one. Got tired of just putting air in it and letting it leak down. But yeah, she needs some new wheels. But in order to do that, gotta get these lug nuts off. And the last person to put them on comes with the key. And these ones, they catch pretty good. I already broke these loose. And I already broke these loose. But I'm gonna go over how you get these spline lug nuts off that are stripped. Like I said, that's the key. And it doesn't catch at all. So whoever put those 3 wheels on last must have had this, just ran them down with the impact. But those are the new wheels I'm putting on. Just some 17x8s. These are, I believe, same size, 17s. I'm not sure about the width though, but have 235, 45, 17s on here. These are 225, 50, 17, so just slightly taller and narrower. These are just a little bit wider. But how I went about getting these spine lug nuts off and my impact. These I don't even know the name of them really, but just bolt extractors, I guess. Have a nice lip on there, or a nice bite. So I'll look up the name and put it in the video. Can't think of the name offhand, but just bolt extractors, I believe. So impact, the bolt extractor, a breaker bar, and a pair of pliers. If you have a vise, you can do it in the vise too, but I don't have the vise, so just some pliers. But like I said, I'll swap these out, throw 2 wheels on, because those are already loose, just sitting on there. These are broke loose, so swap these out, and I'll go over it on the other side. Oh yeah, and when I replaced this one, I did just leave the junkyard. Got a new inner fender well, or wheel well, because this whole section is missing right here. So figured I'll just replace the whole thing and then throw the bolts back in the bottom of the fender, so everything's lined up.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
I didn't think they were gonna look that good on there, but it's a big improvement. Big improvement. These will fit pretty good. However, the fronts, I think I might need a small spacer or something to fill these gaps in. So first one slid on pretty well, then had to take it back off because I realized these were directional, so I had to take it back off. And this one had a little bit of a resistance on there. I think the bore might be a little different, but I'm gonna have it on there now, get the other side swapped out, and then come back to this one, see what's going on with it. They're used tires, so they're scuffed up a little bit, but eventually I'll just break out some paint and clean those up. But huge difference. Huge difference. Might be because those were dirty, paint was peeling, paint on the wheels, but I like it a lot. Enough of this. Let me get to what the video is really about. Removing those stripped spline lug nuts. Might be about the wheels too, but yeah. Let me do the other side and then I'll get back to reviewing the new look. Alright, so we got setting the key for it. These ones, it grips the little grooves right there. This one, got it all. So what I did, take that extractor, put on the impact. Jammed it on one and tighten it up till it catches and the impact's not spinning. That's what the pliers for. So, and get out the breaker bar. And slowly turn them. This one I might have to redo. I don't think it caught just yet. Nope, caught. Yeah, so whoever put these on must just ran them down way too tight with the impact. And the pliers, get a good grip, reverse it, comes right out. So I did it. Do one more, and then just get everything else off. So. I forget the exact name of these, but just use it to bite on there and get the breaker bar and slowly turn it out. Destroys the lug nuts, but you can't use them anyway because the keys don't work. You take these last two off and swap wheels out. Alright, so I ended up taking the front driver's side back off. One, forgot to replace the wheel well when it was out, so I ended up replacing that. I might be missing a few of these push tabs, but we'll see when we get there. And the reason it wasn't going on there flush was because I think it has one of these hub rings in there. So I'm gonna see if I can get it out. I know the other ones didn't have it, so hit it with some PB blaster, and then I take a little mallet to it and a punch, see if I could knock it out. But yeah, that's what was causing that. So I was able to get it out, just a hammer and a railroad spike, and got that ring out. I'll throw it back on. Just a little walk around in the car. So I did shoot another video. I'm not sure what I said in it, but it's pretty long. Did end up getting the driver's side on. It had one of those hub centric rings, I believe, stuck on it, so that's why I didn't allow it to slide on there smoothly. But I took that out with just a hammer and a railroad spike. Was able to knock that out and throw them back on. Did have to take it back off again because I forgot to put the inner fender well in. So that's all in now. I need one more screw right in here, but that's no problem. Saw on the other side I actually need passenger side also. Thought I just needed one side, so that's why I just got one side. But I give the car a whole new look. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I mentioned I did want to go up a size to at least 18, but I think it was just the design of these made it look a little bit smaller. They just curve all the way in instead of going all the way out, where these go all the way out, so it makes it look a little bit bigger. Yeah, they are, like I said, these two on the driver's side, they are used, so I do have a little bit of curb rash. I could clean those up with some black paint. Just right now I'm not too worried about it. Excuse the noise, got a truck going by, or tractor. But these ones, like I said, the tires are shot on here, so there's nothing left on there. The wheels, the rims themselves are still good. I don't think this little bend is where it's leaking from. I think there's a nail in there, and these are all dry rotted, so I think that's where the leak came from. I might post these up for real cheap. But man, it looks good. But that's pretty much all this was about, was getting the stripped spline lug nuts out. I did figure out the name for them. Just bolt extractors. So used it, put on the impact, ran it down till it caught. And on one of them, I think I ran it down till it caught and just kept running the impact. And the lug nut did back out. But I wouldn't recommend doing it that way, because if you run it too much and just trips where it can't catch, I think I'll mess up a little bit more. So that's why I like using the breaker bar on it. You could use the impact, it's up to you. But like I said, the car, she's gonna get some work done to it over the summer. So water pump, head gasket, I think those are the major two. I don't think it needs a full rebuild, but once I do have the head gasket off, I'll replace all the seals and stuff when I'm putting it back together, because it is a lot to take apart from what I've been watching. I want to do a bunch of videos on this. It'd be more of a personal project, but I do want to lower it to close that wheel gap. The wheel gap is ridiculous, so get some lowering springs on there, close this gap up for the front and the back. But you can't tell me that fitment is nice. I think that's perfect. But yeah, let me know if that helps you guys out with the lug nut situation. But I can just sit here for a while and just stare at it. Those things are off. I'm not sure if they looked worse since it was paint on the wheels or overspray on the wheels, and then the black spray paint is finally fading off. That's probably been on there for maybe 10 years. But man, it's enough of the PT. I'm pretty sure you guys want to see more of the Elko and the Monty. Got some stuff coming up on the Camaro also, and the Blazer. Not too worried about it, but I think I'm not too worried about the Blazer because it's more the daily and because I'm looking for a pickup truck. It might not be for a little while, but I did find one when I did pick up the wheels. The guy actually worked at a dealership, so that's where I met him up at, and they had him in their storage. And when I pulled up, there was a white 2008 GMC, I think it was the Denali truck, and like 118,000 miles for 18,000, which is still a little on the high side for that old of a truck. But with this market, it was tempting. The interior was black or a darker color. I probably would have ran some numbers, but I didn't want to mess with it today. But here we have it, the PT, aka the baby Bentley, sitting on some new wheels. Yeah, I might have to touch that up pretty soon. It's just the driver's side too. These two, just fine. But eventually I'll either sand these back down, probably wet sand those runs right there, but sand these back down and polish them up, or just get new ones. I'm not sure yet. And then as far as the emblem goes, I'm gonna have to sand this down and spray it, so just black that out. But I know it's just a PT Cruiser, but it's the first car. Yeah, she does look good though. Alright, that's enough of me talking.